morning, fourth graders. This morning we are going to be unpacking our new unit of inquiry. When we're talking about a new unit, one of the first and most important things we talk about is our transdisciplinary theme. Reminder, a transdisciplinary theme are the big ideas with significance, and each year you're going to explore a unit under each of these themes. The transdisciplinary theme for this unit is sharing the planet. Sharing the planet is an inquiry into rights and responsibilities and the struggle to share resources with other people and other living things. We talk about the way resources are shared across communities and across the world. I'd like you to take a minute to think about other units you've had in past grades that were considered sharing the planet units. The next most important part of getting to know a unit is understanding the central idea. Our Sharing the Planet unit has a central idea of resources require rights and responsibilities. Now, as with most central ideas, this is full of some big ideas and big concepts, and it's important that we unpack each of the individual words to have a better understanding of what we're going to explore. Now, typically, you guys would be sent to the dictionaries right about now, but lucky for you, I've already defined these words for you. The first is resource. Now, we're specifically talking about natural resources. These are materials or substances like minerals, forests, water, and fertile land that occur in nature and can be used by people. Hopefully, your brain is kind of sparking thinking about the business unit and the way that different businesses use natural resources to create their products. You might also be connecting this to previous learning about resources or even the Brain Pot videos we watched just this week that talked about natural resources, both renewable and non-renewable, and their use in creating energy. The second big word is rights. Now, this isn't the kind of like, I'm right, you're wrong. This is a different kind of rights. These are certain freedoms guaranteed to all humans. This is a big concept that you may have discussed with Miss Boo when you're talking about Universal Declaration of Human Rights. It's the same kind of rights. Finally, we have the word responsibilities. These are a duty or task that you are required or expected to do. So, putting that all together, next we're going to talk about our lines of inquiry. These are the specific clusters of ideas that we will look into a little bit further under our central idea and transdisciplinary theme. For this unit, our lines of inquiry are people's use of resources, understanding rights and responsibilities, and alternative resource choices. We are going to be looking at how people in our own city, maybe our own home and state, use resources, but also how people in other countries across the world use resources. A lot of what we're going to discuss as far as resources will have to do with using resources in order to create energy, which is where the alternative resource choices will come in. If all of this feels like big, confusing ideas, that's okay. This is what we're going to spend the next 5 weeks looking into. Now, again, we have some big ideas that we want to make sure we're focused on and working towards. We want to learn about energy sources. You might already have some ideas of energy sources, but we are going to continue to learn deeper about different kinds of energy sources in our world. We will be learning more about the difference between a renewable versus a non-renewable resource. And we will be discussing access to resources across the world and how that differs. As your teachers, we have some big questions that help guide us, things that we want you to be able to understand and ask yourself. We are going to be looking into how are resources used? Who has the rights to these resources? How does where you are, or more specifically where you live, affect the resources that you use? For this one, I want you to think about Idaho. You probably have taken some time with your family to drive through the mountains. You may have seen many lakes and rivers naturally occurring as you drive to different parts of our state. That is an example of a natural resource that we are very lucky to have in Idaho. We have tons and tons of water available to us, but that is not the case in every state or even in every country. That's a great example of how where we live or where we are affects the resources that we use. We're also going to explore what are the reasons for using alternative resources, what responsibilities do people have when using resources, and what is the difference between a finite and unlimited resource. So, the final thing you need to think about is, what do you want to explore in this unit? Think about all of the information I just laid out to you, some of the things you already know, and what is it that you want to explore next? It's going to be an awesome unit, and we look forward to sharing resources and exploring a lot of these different concepts with you guys.